I'm going to say some things that you're going to hate me for, and you'll be justified in it. But I ask you to listen closely as to why I'm saying it. I can't celebrate the 4th of July this year. I just can't do it with a clean conscience. I can't do it because over the last few weeks, we have a Supreme Court that is determined to rip everything this country is supposed to stand for apart. After the ruling of overturning Roe v. Wade, we've seen we have seen millions of evangelical right-wing Christian nut jobs celebrating it, like they won the Super Bowl by restricting the rights of women in this country. Now, I made my stances on abortion very clear to all of you in previous videos, but I will not, and I hope you don't, force your beliefs on anyone else. And that is what the Supreme Court did when Roe v. Wade was overturned. Not to mention the rulings that the United States Supreme Court has done that has completely shredded the entire U.S. Constitution. Rulings on when it comes to religion. They gave a high school football coach the right to pray in public, which is not a bad thing, mind you. Now, me personally, I believe in the idea of separation of church and state, and this is coming from a saved Christian, saved for over 20 years, proud of it. God has my back, and although I screw up, I know He still has my back. Saved Christian, but when you do that, when you blur that line between state and church, it leads to other problems. And the chief among those problems is what is going to happen. What exactly is going to happen when a Jew wants to pray in public? When someone of the Catholic faith wants to pray in public? When a Buddhist or Shinto? What if a Muslim were to walk on the 50-yard line of a football field and scream, Allahu Akbar? Every Christian in this country will throw a fit. I promise you that. So that in itself opens up to a whole another level. What are you going to do? Restrict people's religious beliefs? You have to be Christian or you can't practice religion in this country? Is that what we're going towards? Now, I believe in the Constitution, specifically the First Amendment, in which the Constitution says, now I don't have it in front of me, now, separation of church and state is not in the Constitution. However, what it is in the Constitution is not establishing a national religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, which means a Christian can be a Christian, a Buddhist can be a Buddhist, a Catholic can be a Catholic, and yes, as much as it pains all of you right-wing nut jobs out there, a Muslim can be a Muslim. So that in itself opens up a huge can of worms that these right-wing nut jobs haven't even thought of. Not to mention the guns. Not to mention, again, back when it comes to religion, telling taxpayers they have to spend money for religious schools. They're tearing apart the fabric of our Constitution. Not to mention the fact that voting rights is going to be next. Right now, they're giving the okay for redistricting in the state of Louisiana, so Louisiana Republicans can steal an election from right on under them. This is why I can't celebrate July 4th this year. July 4th is supposed to be about when the Constitution was written, the birth of our nation. And right now, Republicans in the Supreme Court, the Senate, the Congress, and Donald Trump are doing everything they can to shred that holy document, at least the document they say is holy, apart. I can't celebrate July 4th the birth of our nation, when there are forces out there trying to destroy it. When there are people out there trying to do everything they can to untwist and twerk and contort everything that people of my color, and possibly even your color, people of all nations, people of all colors on the spectrum, people of all religions, all faiths, have bled and died for it. I'm not just talking about the people who died in uniform. I'm also talking about the people who, like Martin Luther King, like Malcolm X, people who fought for civil rights in our country, who actually died to make our nation a true free nation. And all these people are doing are tearing it apart. I cannot celebrate that. Now, you can call me anything you want to. Hell, just 2 days ago on Facebook, someone told me that I hate everything America stands for. My question to her was, what does America stand for? She didn't answer me. No, literally, she didn't respond. I should say it that way. She never responded to that question. The America I grew up in stood for freedom, justice, equality, equal treatment under the law. For all people, not just a select few over here, in case you're Christian, their brand of Christian, let me put it that way. In case you're white, or you're one of the acceptable people of color. It was for all Americans. That is what the American flag was supposed to be about. But now, since God knows how long, even before Donald Trump, this is where they've been trying to do for decades, to turn this country to what it is now. And we need to start fighting back with our votes. Now, Independence Day, I can't celebrate it. Our Independence Day is on November 8th of this year, Election Day, the midterms. Because if the Republicans get their way, I might even be able to do videos like this. I might even be able to stand in the parking lot like this in front of a major city. I might not even be able to drive down the damn street without being harassed. That is what's at stake for our country this year. If the Republicans take power back, they're not going to give it up. And if they do, and if our votes mandates to give them up, they still won't give them up. So I'm asking you for my American soul, my Christian African-American soul, fight with our votes in November. Get every family member you can, get every person in your church, in your house, in your home, in your place of work, on the street, everywhere. Find out if you're registered. Because trust me, these Republicans are going to do everything they can to win and to steal these midterms. Trust me, I know it. I wish I didn't have to make a video like this. I wish I didn't have to besmirch my country like this. But this is where we are. This is where we are. I will not celebrate July 4th this year. Because this is not the country I grew up in. The country where they saw me as a man. Where they saw you as men and women. They didn't treat us like cattle. They didn't treat us like less than. Because of what their faith tells them to do, or what their donors tell them to do, or even what Donald Trump tells them to do. Now, I hope everyone who's celebrating has a great 4th of July weekend. And, of course, Independence Day. Stay safe, stay alive. Blessings to you and your families on July 4th. But I will not be celebrating with a clean conscience. Because this is not the country I grew up in. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.